Sup dudes, I'm Dizzy Dude, and today, Dizzy Reacts is back. And today we are reacting to some more Llama Arts, which I haven't actually done in a while. But Llama Arts is, pretty great animations. There's a YouTuber, I can't think what his name is called. He, like, another fella tells the stories, and you have Llama Arts animates them. And he does a pretty bang on job, so I thought we'd react to maybe 2, possibly 3. Well, okay, we'll see what this one is. A disturbing true Snapchat story 2 animated. Let's give that one a go and see. I won't be regretting this. It's like 1:26 AM, so great to watch some scary animations before bedtime. Disturbing true Snapchat story 2. What do you got?
This is a short but terrifying story of something that happened when I was Snapchatting a friend. I'm pretty young. I'm only 13, still in middle school.
Not too bad.
A girl I really liked had just recently started snapping me selfie pictures, and we started messaging each other for a few nights.
I don't care for this background music,
One night when
just
I was
saying.
watching TV, she sent me a snap of herself laying in her bed without a caption. I sent a message saying, "What's up?" She sent another identical picture, this time with a caption saying, "Not much, you?" She set the timer to 10 seconds, so it gave me plenty of time to analyze the picture, including her bedroom in the background, and the dark outline of a person standing by her window.
Ooh.
I quickly sent a response message, saying,
"Who the fuck is that?"
By the window? She sent another
Oh yeah,
snap,
that's your brother.
this time captioned, "What do you mean?"
How would you not
In this
spot that in
picture,
your own
I figured
snap?
The window was closer, and I could see a hand pressed up against the glass.
I'm sorry, you put a snap. How the fuck do you miss that? How would you miss someone standing at your fucking window? Someone at your window? What do you mean? Eh? So I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm just pointing out the obvious, okay?
I closed the snap before the timer even ran out so I could tell her quicker. I said, "There's somebody at your window, turn around." She opened my snap almost immediately, and then I didn't hear from her again on the app. I grew more and more worried as the minutes passed. I texted her a few times to no avail. I tried calling her a few times to no avail as well. I didn't know her house phone number, otherwise I would have called her parents. It wasn't until midnight when I was already laying in bed that she finally texted me back. She explained the whole situation. As soon as she looked at her window and saw the person standing there, she screamed. And that caused the person, who turned out to be a 20-something-year-old man, to open the window and jump into the room. From there, she ran to her parents' room and
Spicy didn't go for the phone.
Who went to her room to find nothing but an open window. It wasn't exactly a personal story of mine, but it freaks me out nonetheless, knowing that the only thing that saved my friend from whatever could have happened was the fact that I was able to see the window through her selfies, unbeknownst to the creeper at her window.
Well, that wasn't scary at all. I'm sorry, I'm just having the difficulties of how she missed that guy in the back of her fucking window. I was like, why is your window unlocked? Huh? Close your window, like lock your windows, okay? Fucking hell, man. Okay, next video we're going to be watching is a bus stop horror story animated. Should be rather interesting. Probably going to scare the shit out of me, but you know. Should be good.
This happened when I was 17 years old. I would go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week and ride the bus home. It was a Sunday and I had just missed my bus, so I had to wait longer for another one. I would
Hashtag relatable.
Parents, but they were out for the evening, and taxis charged more, so I decided to sit and wait in the bus shelter. It was a cold night, and snow had just started peppering the ground.
That's quick.
My bus was taking longer than usual, so I got my phone out and listened to some music.
As you always do.
Almost an hour had passed. It was freezing and I hadn't seen anyone at all. That was until I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. It was a creepy guy dressed in thick layers of clothing.
Could have been a hobo.
Slowly towards me.
But you're waiting for the bus, dude.
Staring at him would draw more attention, so I just focused on my phone.
He's just waiting for the bus.
He sat
That's
down
not
at
weird.
the other end of the shelter.
Okay, when you give him a
stared
face
at
like
me.
that, he looks
There was
creepy.
something off about him.
Dude, he's just a
It
hobo
seemed
waiting
like
for the
he was
bus.
either drunk or on drugs. He then asked,
When is the bus due?
I took out my earphones and said,
I think it's delayed because of the snow.
he stared at me for a while, then started mumbling to himself. He was
Go and take a little, if we short funny story was before I was on the bus, it was a very full bus, so I had to sit like at the way back of the bus. Next stop arrives this old guy, fucking drunk out of his head. He has fucking, you know, his wine or beer, whatever, in his, you know, the wee bag and whatnot, sat at the back of the bus with me because this wasn't much room. We were going there for like about 5 minutes. Look, he had to sit beside me, so there wasn't much room. After about 5 minutes, he literally turns to me and says, "Are you an alcoholic?" Literally, I'm just like, no. He's like, "Good man yourself. You know, you shouldn't be drinking." It's like me, and he's like, he just said, "Oh, I don't take much of this stuff now," as he fucking continues to chug the fucking bottle. And just at the back of the bus, there was like you had a few girls there as well, like teens, 20s, and that. 10 minutes later, he's fucking there chatting them up. I didn't care. I was just like, as long as you're not talking to me, go nuts. Just he was full on chatting them up. After a while, he was just there, fucking chugging his drink. He was like, "I only take wee sips." Fucking chug after chug. Oh, I just thought that was fucking funny and a little weird. Anyway, sorry, back to the animation. And sidetracked it. I just thought it was related. It was related to this.
was really starting to creep me out, so I pretended to be on my phone. After a couple of minutes, I took another look. He'd moved closer to me.
Ooh.
I looked away for a second, then heard the sound of him sliding even closer. I turned to him and said,
You okay there?
He
Hey,
stared at me with glossy eyes, lifted his arm and leaned towards me. Immediately, I grabbed my bag and ran as he fell to the ground.
Fucking
I ran
weird
down
hobo.
the road, trying my hardest not to look back. I kept going until I got to the next bus stop. I turned around to check to see if he was there. He was gone, so I went to sit down. Feeling relieved, I rested my head on the back of the glass.
Turn back, he's fucking cuddling.
I jolted and
He's
turned
there.
around to see the same guy staring at me through the glass.
Fucking weirdo.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Then he started walking around the shelter
Run.
towards me.
Run.
I'm warning you, stay back.
I yelled in panic as I was backing up. I wanted to run, but I left my bag in the
Punch him.
shelter and I
Kick
couldn't
him in the
leave
nuts.
without it.
Uppercut him.
Suddenly, the man leaped at me and I quickly moved out of the way. He fell to the ground face first.
Kick him in the face.
I froze in shock.
Kick him while he's
and noticed
down.
the blood coming from his face.
Good.
I
Run.
tried to get a response out of him, but nothing worked.
Fuck him.
I called the police and paramedics and they arrived shortly after. I told them what had happened and they told me that the guy was on prescription drugs. They found a photo in his wallet of him and his son. The boy looked just like me, so we assumed he thought I was him. I later learned that he had lost his son in a custody battle and went off the rails.
Oh.
He was taken away for treatment. That was the last I saw of him. I got my driver's license shortly after, and have never been on a bus since.
Just. Did you fucking see him there in the last fucking frame? Like, hang on. We pinpoint him.
I got my driver's license shortly after,
Hang on, we fucking got him.
and have never been on a bus.
He's fucking there. He's right there. I have never seen him since. He's just fucking there in the fucking woods. Just, hi, buddy. How you doing? Fucking weirdo. And the last animation we're taking a look at is a creepy ghost hunting story animated. Because, you know, what's scary about ghosts? I'm sure that was nothing. No, I'm good. That was nothing. Creepy ghost hunting story. Animated.
This happened about 5 years ago when I was
Come at me.
21.
I'm a big boy.
Me and my friend Seth got into this
Fucking
hobby
ads.
which showed
Go away.
ghosts. We'd go out ghost hunting, but nothing much would happen. Sometimes a dot would appear on one of our phones and it would say random words. We would ask, "How did you die?" Stuff like that. And sometimes the answers lined up, but it was mostly random.
So you get loads of those ghost hunting apps, or it's like if there's weird ghost scans on your phone. Like, I never get them. Like, some of them could be just fake, but like, so if you actually get one, it's like you kind of freaked out. Is it real or is it just, you know, bullshitting you? But I just, I don't know. I don't like to think about that stuff. You know.
One night, around 2 a.m., Seth suggested going to the cemetery to see if the app picked anything up.
Fuck that, man.
I was hesitant, but I nervously agreed.
Why not?
Making our way through the neighborhood towards the
Why
cemetery.
not?
It was weird as the streets are normally lined with cars, but they were empty on this night. We walked down the middle of the road with the app running, but it wasn't picking anything up. We finally made it to the cemetery, which was a small, family-owned one where they only buried their own. Seth went up to the gate and started shouting, hoping to get a response in the app, but nothing happened.
Disrespectful.
I was standing in the road,
Throw a pebble at him.
when Seth starts yelling.
Is that all you've got?
I told him to stop disrespecting the dead and
Yeah.
they should leave. He tried being funny, saying,
Oh, I'll make him show up.
and jumped the gate and started
I'd fucking
stomping
punched
on
him.
graves while screaming.
Come on, show us something.
I'd fucking kick the shit out of him if he's fucking jumping like other graves.
Something at the same time. I looked down at my phone and it was there. We both just stood there, looking at each other when 10 or so red dots appeared on the radar.
Shit, now you're fucked, aren't you?
I did it again. When I looked back up from my phone, Seth was next to me. I said,
We have got to go.
as soon as I said that, we could hear the street lights turning off one by one from the top of the street, getting closer to us.
Shit,
We
you're
took
fucked now.
running as fast as we could.
Now you're fucking
We
running.
got about halfway into the neighborhood before running out of breath and having to stop. I felt like I was gonna
Run,
fall.
Forrest,
I was
run!
Scared and winded. Then I heard my phone say something. It was muffled, but I knew what it said.
What?
Being
What did it
too
say?
scared to look at my phone, I looked at Seth, who looked terrified. He nodded at me to get my phone out, so I slowly pulled it out, and it said my name across the top. I turned my phone off and said,
Screw this. I'm done.
we made our way back to my house and had a cigarette to calm down.
2 more minutes of this.
We were talking about what just
Lovely.
happened, almost not believing it, when I heard my phone again. This time it was my sister's name.
Do you not have any friends that could text you?
Not saying a word when it went off again and said my brother's name. I took my phone
That's
out,
just-
turned it on, and deleted the app. I asked Seth to stay the night, but he refused. I can't blame him. When I finally got to sleep that night, I dreamt a muffled voice repeating a word over and over. I started to wake up and the words became clearer. My phone was off, with the battery out.
Oh,
But when I turned
great
it
time
on,
to watch these
it was
animations,
off
Brandon.
with the app running. It had a red dot
Brilliant timing.
about 6 feet from me.
Fucking
still
1:40 a.m.
moving.
Watching this bullshit. Afraid. Wait, how? Dude. Let's go figure. Run, bruh. Run. And he faints. It's just a homeless girl. You know?
I woke up the next morning and went to the bathroom. I had a razor-thin cut from my
Holy
left shoulder
shit.
to my right hip. I don't know what happened that night, and nothing has happened to me since. Needless to say, I don't mess with that kind of stuff anymore.
But why did he pay for what his friend did? Oh wait, that's the end. See, I don't get why did look, Kyle, as his name is indicated, why did he pay for what his, you know, the other guy did? The other guy stamped on the graves, the other guy called them out, but yet the other man paid with a fucking scratch across his entire body. Wow, I mean, he did nothing to disrespect them. Just fucking go to the other mate, go to the other guy, kick his ass. But that does it for reacting to these animations, because I've had enough for tonight. So if there's any maybe specific animations you want me to watch, you can let me know, or anything else in particular you want me to watch, let me know. But most importantly, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button, and I'll see you dudes next time. Stay dizzy, y'all.